Hello everyone and welcome back. My people, wonder they say shall never end. This is the latest update concerning Mr. Dele Farotimi. You guys know that he got arrested yesterday by Nigeria police, and today, these people quickly prosecuted him and also sent him to prison after being denied bail by a judge in Ado Ekiti. Like, this is so shocking. Like, within 12 hours, because this is not up to 24 hours of his arrest, now they have sent him to prison without trial. What a country. Everything Dele Farotimi said in this particular book that he just published is exactly what is happening. According to Dele Farotimi, he said that we are not citizens but victims of Nigeria. My people, can you just imagine how fast these people are to send Dele Farotimi to prison? Like, honestly, how I wish that these political criminals, these looters, can be sent to prison so fast as they did to Dele Farotimi. Nigeria could have been a better country, but look at what is happening. Look at what they are doing to Dele Farotimi. Then what about you and I? We all are really in a big trouble in this country, honestly. Let me allow you guys so that can hear what Rufai as well as Dr. Abad said concerning Mr. Dele Farotimi arrest.
Social media is awash with reactions over the arrest of human rights advocate Dele Farotimi, who on Tuesday morning alleged in a statement that officers attached to the Ekiti Police Command has perfected plans to abduct him from Lagos. Farotimi accused the command of deploying questionable means to lure him for arrest, despite honoring the invitation of the Zone 2 Police Headquarters in Lagos some weeks ago. The spokesperson for the Ekiti State Police Command confirmed Farotimi's arrest to journalists on Tuesday, saying that he was arrested over a petition about alleged defamation and cyberbullying, but declined to name the complainant. Well, let's take some reactions. If we can pull up the reactions, we know that the activists had said that, police officers from the Ekiti command were acting on a petition allegedly filed by Afe Baba Lola, a senior advocate of Nigeria. Let's take some reactions if we can do that really quickly.
Okay, I think we can take.
Oh, there are no reactions, yes? Okay.
Yes.
Well, you know that Farotimi had. This is a huge story. I mean, we have a bunch of reactions. I know I have Omoyele Showere's tweet there, if we can do that. Omoyele, okay, let's pull up Inibehe's tweet. Inibehe. He had written on X saying that distance from Lagos to Ekiti State is more than 7 hours. There is no airport in Ekiti. That is the horrendous journey the police is embarking on because of alleged case of defamation of character. Dele Farotimi wrote about the rot in the Nigerian criminal justice system, and he's experiencing it again in real time. As a lawyer, it is one thing to know how deeply flawed Nigeria's justice system is. It is another thing entirely to personally suffer from that unjust system as a lawyer. I'll take Peter Obi's tweet. He wrote, I just learned of the arrest of Dele Farotimi, a respected human rights lawyer and advocate, over an alleged allegation of defamation. This action is a gross misuse of police powers and a grave assault on the principles of democracy and justice in Nigeria. I condemn this action in totality. It represents not only an attempt to intimidate opposing voices from questioning authority, it is also a worrying signal to every Nigerian who loves and values freedom of expression and dares to demand accountability and transparency. I'll take Atedo Peterside's tweet. He wrote, the people writing petitions against Dele Farotimi, along with their errand boys in the Nigerian police, have actually defamed themselves far more than Dele could ever have done. There is no hiding place for them. Dele Farotimi is a brilliant intellectual and a detribalized Nigerian who epitomizes the conscience of the nation by their activities. Well, Serap also wrote, breaking. The Tinubu administration must immediately release activist Dele Farotimi, who is reportedly arrested for alleged defamation. Nigerian authorities should not be using criminal defamation laws to turn critics into criminals and undermine freedom of expression. The first tweet I had was Omoyele Sowore, who actually posted a video of, the CCTV footage of the actual arrest. If we have a Showore's tweet, let me know. But we do have that video. This has been condemned by the, Nigerian Bar Association, by Afenifere. I mean, it really is a gross violation about these sort of arrests. We've seen it only recently. I believe it was this musician who was arrested for defamation. And we talked about the enabling laws. Speed Darlington and Burna Boy. Dr. Abati, the enabling laws that covers, the arrest for defamation of character.
Okay, Section 373 of the Criminal Code deals with defamation. What is defamation? When you expose another individual to ridicule, to hatred, or you lower the person's estimation, integrity in the eyes of members of the public. So to that extent, in other words, we're saying that nobody has a right to defame or libel the other person. That's what the law says. The law, however, says that there is defense. If you are speaking out of public interest, if there is justification to say that you are saying the truth, in other words, it's not automatic that when you are accused of libel, you will be punished for it. Now, there's been some argument whether it's a criminal offense or it's a civil wrong. Well, in Nigerian laws, a civil wrong can also be a criminal offense, particularly if it leads to a breach of peace. In the Aviomo case, determined by Justice Ogunwomoji, which has been quoted in the last 2 days, what it says is that in Lagos State and Edo State, defamation is not considered a criminal offense. But where it can become a criminal offense is when it leads to breach of public peace and violence. But in this specific case, which the Mazi Afamusigwe SAN, had to intervene. We were told that the policemen went to Dele Farotimi's law firm and disrupted the work of the lawyers, and that even one lawyer was rough-handled in the place. Now, the NBA president and NBA as a body has to stand up to ensure that people do not just keep going to people's law firms and harassing people all over the place. So Mazi Afamusigwe is to that extent right. And then the second thing is that we were told that Dele Farotimi was abducted. It was in a gangster-like, operation that he was picked up. So there are persons who have said he was not arrested, he was abducted. Because if they want to arrest him, he's a lawyer, they will have invited him. Even if he's a lawyer, he's not a lawyer, he will have been invited. And he said about a week ago, he was at the Zone 2 police headquarters, where he was presented with 2 different allegations, one by the chairman of United Bank for Africa, the other by Chief Afe Babalola, SAN. Now going to abduct him, coming from Ekiti Police Command to come and abduct somebody in Lagos. The question that the Nigerian police force will have to explain to us is whether that is standard police operating procedure. So it's the untidiness of it that is also part of the problem. The Lagos Police Command could have apprehended him if that needed to be done, and they could have handed over to the appropriate jurisdiction, not to go and abduct somebody from his office. And the Ekiti Police Command, they even had the courage to come and say that they came to Lagos to take him, and they were taking him to Ekiti Police Command.
7 hours journey.
It's a law enforcement. The police is a law enforcement body. They should not be seen to be lawless. Finally, whatever the matter is, I don't think Dele Farotimi will be afraid of them. He's a lawyer. He will get his own lawyers, and he will meet them in court. His rights must be respected. So that if you accuse a man of defamation does not mean that the man is a convict per se.
Yeah.
He has a line of defenses open to him. Truth, public policy, justification, and all of that. And absence of malice. Once he can prove that he's not speaking out of malice and that he's speaking in public interest. So nobody should think that because they are highly placed, they can intimidate anybody. And no lawyer is afraid of going to court.
No
You
lawyer is
cannot
afraid of
intimidate him with a
Ayo,
law
you
suit.
know, he had written some comments in a book that was published. I mean, and he said that the comments in the book were about, sitting in Lagos. It's supposed to be in Lagos. The book was published in Lagos. Why go all the way to Ekiti? Those are some of the angst out there. I mean, but we did see the footage, the CCTV footage. And, the police, they did maintain decorum. You saw that. They were in rough handling him and all of that.
No,
did you see that? Did you see that part?
I saw that, but NBA's statement released said that they harassed, the word they used was harassed some lawyers in the building and seized some of their phones.
Okay.
So they were not actually gentlemen in this regard. And a number of people have said that the police should not be used as a tool, a weapon of oppression. We often talk about this a lot of times. And like Dr. Batia said, the people who are meant to be law enforcers should not be seen to be breaking the law or disrespecting the rule of law. And I think that's where the challenge is. If you have a grouse with someone, we can talk about the technicalities of Lagos State, Ekiti State, whether they had jurisdiction to come to Lagos State to arrest someone in Lagos State and take him to Ekiti State. Those are conversations. But it is the fear that the police seems to favor. So in Nigeria, law enforcement agents like the police seem to favor you if you have power, if you have authority, and will disrespect the law. So what is the hope of the common man? That is the painful thing about this. If a man who is outspoken, a lawyer like Dele Farotimi, can be treated in this manner. Imagine what other common Nigerians on the street are going through, where people who are not investigated are thrown into custody without proper due process, just because someone, an oga at the top, or someone who has power and influence, order the police to do so. This is what I was talking about with South Korea, that we have, our institutions are in shambles, and we need to fix that if we're going to have a proper democracy in Nigeria. And I'm glad that a lot of people have come out to speak about this. It can be Dele Farotimi today. It can be anyone else. Tomorrow they come and pick you, Rufai, and just bundle you to Kutuwenje or to Kaduna just because you said something. And you know the irony of it?
Out there
the name of the book is Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System.
Yes,
Look at that. Look at it on show.
The actual irony of it. I mean, we've discussed this at length. I know that you have a point to make in this.
So
before
in
we take
1981,
another.
I just have to be sure about the date. In 1981, Fela sang a song. I'll sing two songs before I buttress my point. It said, I open my eye and I see for my country power show. Everywhere, every corner, everybody they do power show. Power show. Fela also sang another song. Zombie, oh zombie, zombie, oh zombie. Zombie no go come unless you tell them to come, zombie. Those songs are very apt today concerning the case of Dele Farotimi. And for all that thought Dele Farotimi was very strict and very stern in his words when he will come here and said there was nothing as a Nigerian citizen, Dele has been proven right today. Dele, take your flowers, because you were correct. Because like Dele will say, Nigerian citizens don't have rights. Their rights are trampled upon. It's just about one big man not liking your face. They'll tell the police, and the police will run along. But the same police that comes to meet us, to defend them. I remember my boss, I admire so much, Prince Uduka Baegbana, talking about the story of a guy top there in military intelligence and the role he did to track down journalists. He said one night he saw somebody in his Frank Omenka. He saw somebody in his kitchen, and the next thing, the same Frank Omenka that was violating them now became the Frank Omenka that was running for help. You see, those I really want to talk about. Thank you for all of those that have commented and speaking up Dele Farotimi. Those that I pity the most are the slaves that are going everywhere to say, good for him, because he's talking for justice, good for him. You see, I will just remind them, as a Yoruba saying, that the cane that was used to beat the last wife is still there waiting.
Yeah.
The senior wife.
The senior wife is still there waiting for all of us. All of us will chop that cane one day, and you will see how brutal the Nigerian state can be.
Yeah, well,
so don't worry, keep abusing him.
No.
You can never be as great as the soul of Dele Farotimi's feet.
Yes, I really liked Atedo Peterside's tweet, though. I love the ending of his tweet where he said, by their actions, that's the people who arrested him, by their actions, they have confirmed that Dele is a great giant that they are afraid of. Well, speaking about freedom of speech and press freedom, on Tuesday, a group of protesters stormed the premises of Arise News with banners and placards accusing Arise News of biased reporting and misrepresentation of facts regarding the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC. The group, which was clearly sponsored, carried placards with inscriptions such as Arise News, Stop Bias Press, and NNPC is driving change, report it right, allege that Arise News constantly misrepresents NNPC's achievements, particularly in the areas of deregulation of PMS and progress in the oil and gas sector.
The Coalition of Civil Society Organizations Against Corruption, Nigeria Professional in Diaspora, and bloggers expressed profound disappointment with the constant misinterpretation and lack of balanced reportage by Arise TV regarding the Nigerian Petroleum Company Limited, the NNPC. It is disheartening that a media organization as prominent as Arise TV continues to disseminate unbalanced narrative on crucial national matters such as achievement of the NNPC.
I mean, these people stormed our premises, Dr. Abati. They came in with all the placards, but before today, we had seen reactions on Twitter, on X, I keep calling it Twitter, saying that, Arise News misrepresents facts, and, I was alarmed by those comments about, NNPC, but we know that here on this table, we always present the facts and we have balanced reportage. So I was very curious. And you can't just come to a news organization. Our reporters were out there. They followed this group of people and found out that they were bribed. Here's a video of some of them fighting for money. Let's take a look.
They said they'll give us money for 4K. After they said they'll give us 4K, the money now become 3K now. But why 2 nobody sees the money? Now me never see, that guy never see. But the rest of the remaining of 12 don't see, 12 guys don't see. We went 2 of us see, making 14.
Joking. Is it 3,000 naira?
No, they say 4K. Then they say 3K. Then some people have not collected.
Some people have not.
Let's help them page balance. For the group that sponsor all of this and the shenanigans in defense of NNPC and the lies, let's help them page balance, because I think we give that. Maybe we should donate to the 3K and give those.
We talk about unemployment in Nigeria and all of that. This is very clear evidence that President Tinubu has to declare a national emergency on joblessness. Because look at these people. Yeah. These are very jobless people. Yeah. And they're also very unintelligent. Yeah. Unintelligent to this extent that they paid you to go and protest against a company, and then within the premises of the company, you are quarreling over, money that you should have been paid. They should be warned, because I was told that they came into the premises and all that. Now, that's trespass. In fact, 2, 3 of them should have been captured and sued for trespass, for disturbing the operations of Arise News. They can do what they like on the main road, but the clear evidence here is about joblessness. And also the level of ignorance in this country. This is also another thing that the government should worry about. Education, to educate people, to even have basic intelligence. So much mediocrity at all levels. Now, what does Arise News do? We try to provide all shades of opinion. We try to balance the story. We try, even in our interactions on this table, to try as much as possible to be fair. But people have their own interpretations, given their own level of intelligence. Now, on this specific issue of Port Harcourt refinery, yes, some opinions may have been expressed against, but I can cite two strong examples. On Saturday last week,
yes,
I think on morning show, weekend morning show, there was one.
Sunday, yes.
There was one Mr. Tony Osugwe.
Yes, a former MD of NNPC.
Obugwe,
yes.
president of the
Yes.
Society of Chemical Engineers. He gave explanations.
Yes.
They were clearly pro-government.
Correct.
Given his experience, in fact, he even said he had been manager of the Port Harcourt refinery.
Correct.
And his explanations were very robust. The explanations he gave were even replayed on This Day Live on Sunday.
It was played on all programs.
I present This Day Live,
yeah.
so I saw it again. Then that same Sunday on This Day Live, we had Jesutega Onokpasa, who addressed the same problem and was saying he was fully in support of the federal government, and that when government does things, that are good, are beneficial, we must support them. Now, all these characters that carry the sponsored placards, did they watch those two programs?
Obviously.
Just to cite two examples.
Yeah.
So this is why I say, joblessness is a major challenge to address. Education, government cannot do too much to educate people, so that we don't keep going about with this generation of, citizens who could find better time. Look at them in front of the premises.
I mean,
they should be arrested for trespass.
Absolutely, their faces are out there.
Audrey,
Go ahead.
The truth is, and the sad reality is, these are the people that will still go and vote in 2029. You give them 3K and they will vote, and they will tip the balance of this country, and they will vote for people that will continue to impoverish us because of the highest bidder. It is obvious. Plus those that sponsored them, because we have not been able to link it to people, but those that sponsored them, when they said it's a coalition, but it shows the joblessness in this country. So that's why when we are saying, when National Bureau of Statistics are saying unemployment number got better, why did it get better?
Yeah.
Look at the loss of these people. That 4,000, they will kill. See the way that one was fighting because of money.
Yeah.
They will kill. See all the placard, they obviously printed it for them. Job for the boys. Because of the level of unemployment in this country. And see, Audrey, what have we not reported? We've reported the facts and balanced facts. See, I particularly was the first to tease at the information I had that cracked C5 and NAFTA was used to produce. When NNPC released their reports, they didn't talk about cracked C5 and NAFTA. I teased, then Sahara Reporter put out a report. When NNPC was going to put their own next report out and rejoin that, they confirmed that it was cracked C5 and NAFTA. And why are they using cracked C5 and NAFTA? They themselves said the plant is 70% complete. It's because they don't have a converting unit that will be able to convert the NAFTA produced to high octane. And that's why they're using cracked C5 to do the blending, because there's no converting unit to do it. And that's what we have explained. Another person came here and said nothing was happening there and all of that. They responded to it. If NNPC has responded, why taking poor Nigerian youths that have been rendered unfortunate by their leaders that can't even buy the fuel? Oji, I was in the filling station yesterday.
All right.
The fuel attendant was complaining to me that, Oji, people are not coming to buy the fuel. They said they even reduced 13 naira from it yesterday. It was 1,083 in total that I went. They reduced 13 naira. They said people are not still coming to buy the fuel.
Yeah, all right.
And you can see these people gallivanting because of poverty.
I hope that...
I think what I think we should do is that we need to pack all these boys. Yeah. Christmas period. Do outreach for them. Yeah. Give them food. Yeah. Give them pure water.
All right.
At least I pity for them. It's true.
It is true.
We need to do outreach for them.
And then educate them. And everybody didn't pay the printer balance. Did you see where they spelled bias?
So I saw it. Well, I hope that the sponsors of this protest now know that they've been exposed and it was a total failure.